Now, we've been arguing about with Trump being able to do this ASAP. Why can't he? Because when Trump was president, he could whip the fucking Republicans when or Republicans had a majority, and Democrats would always be on board with fucking more spending. But when Joe Biden is president and Democrats have a narrow majority on top of everything else, the only way that you can push for this is through budget reconciliation. That budget reconciliation currently also has a $15 minimum wage increase attached to it. So right now, the thing that's holding it up, that conversation up currently is the $15 minimum wage and whether it actually impacts the benefit or impacts the deficit or not. Because if it touches the budget, okay, if it touches the budget and it impacts the deficit one way or another, then because of some old fucking symbolic rules, then you can actually put it in the budget reconciliation package. Okay? I can't believe you're being such a lib by explaining how the government works. Yeah, exactly. It's me being a lib when I explain to you how this shit works. Exactly. 2K should have been a clean bill. Oh yeah? Oh, that's so interesting that you say that, because for a clean bill to pass, it would have to be filibuster proof. And Republicans were certainly interested in doing that. So thanks. Thanks for your incredible fucking point of view. Thanks for your incredible take. Were you going to whip the votes? Were you going to go find the fucking Republicans to come out and vote for a $2,000 clean bill? Yeah, just get fucking 10 Republicans on board, dude. Anyway. $15 minimum wage touches Congress budget. How? Well, according to the hold on. This is why I wanted to pull this. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to pull something up right now. But before I do, it's top of the fucking hour every hour. It's time for a 60-second ad break right now. It's the second of the day, and I forgot to run it at the top of the hour. So if you'd no longer like to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe for an ad-free broadcasting experience. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get one free Prime. Here's the fucking ad now. All right, here it is. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here, let's look at this.
Since President Biden proposed his big $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief and stimulus package, most of the attention has been focused on Republican objections to part of that plan. But now that it's actually starting to move through Congress, it may be...
As much as you want to defend the Dems with a fine print on this issue every day, we don't get two kid checks the House or Senate seat lost in 2020. The polling literally reflects this. 100% in agreement with your take there. But that's not going to stop me from describing part of the reason why this process is so slow. Okay?
Maybe Democratic objections to pieces of the proposal, particularly to a proposal to increase the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour, that matter the most. That's because Democrats have pretty much resolved that they're going to pass this legislation through what's called budget.
So this is the smart move. They did the actual smart move. Democrats have the House, Senate, White House, and still want to blame motherfucking Republicans for why they're taking so long from helping starving Americans. Dog. This is why when you're a Marxist-Leninist who does not fucking understand how the government operates, you just take a back seat, you shut the fuck up, and allow me to describe it to you slowly but surely, okay? Like, please, look, when we're talking about, imperialism as a necessary final stage for capitalism to operate, you can fucking chime in all you want, okay? When you want to talk about Lenin, I'm there with you, all right? But if you don't know how the fucking government works, then shut the fuck up. Okay? Just shut up. I hate to say this, but unironically, neoliberals know more than you about how this shit works because they have to constantly find different ways to defend the Democratic Party. So they know a little bit better about how change takes some fucking time within the American government, okay? Sorry, that's just the truth. The fucking r/neoliberal subreddit Andes know more than you about how this process works. So maybe take a fucking backseat for a second and like, I will describe to you why this process is taking longer than you expected so that we can fucking move on, okay? And then in the future, you won't come across like a dumbass.
Reconciliation. Reconciliation is a parliamentary procedure that says that if a piece of legislation has a big impact on the federal budget, it can be passed with just 50 votes, meaning it can't be filibustered and you don't need the 60 votes required to break a Republican filibuster. And Democrats, of course, have exactly 50 votes in the Senate, meaning they can do this only with their own.
Yeah, bro, being a Marxist-Leninist means I can't call out the incompetence of the Democratic Party. No, you can call out the Democratic Party's incompetence all the time, and I do all the fucking time. But when we're talking about, oh God, just shut up. You sound like a fucking idiot right now. And I'm trying to elaborate on why I'm trying to elaborate on why you sound like a fucking idiot and you're just filibustering the conversation.
Votes. But that requires that every Democratic senator go along. And 2 Democratic senators, Joe Manchin of West Virginia and Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona, have said they object to the proposed increase in the minimum.
So this is bullshit, okay? I speculate that Sinema and Manchin are not going to fucking actually object to this, okay? There's no fucking way. Because the counter to that is simple. If you just fucking say, all right, we're going to do a carve-out for Arizona and fucking West Virginia, see how you like it. See how your constituents like it when, you know, the carve-out is that every other state has a $15 minimum wage except for Arizona and fucking West Virginia. What are they going to do? It's literally political suicide. No, they just want to come across like they are the mavericks of the Democratic Party, so they will never fucking actually take a stand like this, especially when it's so fucking unpopular. So, shut the fuck up. Okay, so they're not actually going to stand in opposition. I don't believe that they are going to stand in opposition. That'd be fucking ridiculous if they did. That's not a real problem. The real problem right now is the parliamentarian, okay? And potentially deciding whether or not increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour is technically something that impacts the budget. And yes, it does, by the way. It absolutely does impact the budget. And therefore, allowed to be a part of this massive $1.9 trillion COVID recovery bill. Okay? That's the conversation that we're supposed to be having. Now, there's things that you can do on top of the parliamentarians' decision on whether or not the $15 minimum wage is actually something you can add on to this $1.9 trillion COVID recovery, because it does impact the budget. It literally does. Okay, it increases the deficit, for example. So that is, and the parliamentarian can still be overruled by Kamala Harris. The parliamentarian has been in the past overruled by the vice president, and it still can be. So when Democrats turn around and say, "Oh, we can't do anything if the parliamentarian rules against it," then they're fucking lying to you, and you should call them out for it. Okay? But the reason why it's taking time is because this is going on currently. The reason why the COVID recovery checks are taking a longer time to get to you is because it had to have been added onto the budget reconciliation, and the $15 minimum wage was added onto the budget reconciliation, which I agree with. It's a good thing that happened, and I am pushing for that to happen, which is why it's taking longer time. Wait, Dave Rubin cringe? Really? Okay, we'll look at that in a second. But yeah, so I hope that was a little bit better. I hope that was a little bit better in helping you understand why this is not even a problem that revolves around Sinema and Manchin, but instead the reason why this is so slow is because, you know, they're taking their fucking time with every step of it.
Wage to $15 an hour from the current $7.25. And they're probably not the only Democrats.
Do we deal with the deficit issue? No one gives a shit about the deficit. Get the fuck out of here. The increase in the deficit for a $15 minimum wage is like marginal. It's nothing. Like not even 100 billion. It's literally nothing in comparison to the trillions and that increase in the deficit for taxpayers of the wealthy and corporations under Donald Trump. No one gives a shit about the deficit. Don't ever fucking bring that up again.
Who feel that way. Another 10 Democratic senators have not signed on to an earlier freestanding proposal to make the same.
Imagine 100 billion being nothing. 100 billion is nothing in comparison to the 1.2 trillion or $2 trillion. It depends on where the fuck that money is going. If you only talk about the deficit, if you're a deficit hawk when it comes to increasing wages for the working class in America, and you're never there when it comes to like endless wars or fucking increasing military budget or cutting tax for the wealthy and corporations, then you're a piece of shit. You must be a Republican and fuck you. I don't care. Your argument makes no sense. It doesn't matter. There are other ways that we can combat the deficit becoming a problem regardless by increasing fucking taxes. So shut the fuck up.
Increase in the federal minimum wage. Republicans argue there shouldn't be a minimum wage increase in the plan at all because it's not relevant to the coronavirus. And it may be that the Senate's parliamentarian rules that a minimum wage increase can't be included in a bill that's passed through reconciliation. Democrats counter that because essential workers have borne such a burden during the pandemic, giving them a wage increase is in fact relevant. In any case, increasing the federal minimum wage would be a very big deal. 29 states currently have a state minimum wage higher than the federal level, but 21 don't. And $15 an hour is at the upper range of what even the most prosperous states have considered. So what's likely to happen? Well, it may be that the Biden White House and Democratic leaders have to scale back the minimum wage proposal because of these objections. Senator Manchin, for example, has suggested $11 an hour rather than $15. Or they may have to drop the minimum wage provision entirely and come back at it later through different legislation.
And that's never going to happen. And that's never, ever, ever, ever going to happen. Do you understand? That's never going to fucking happen. You get one shot at this, okay? You get one fucking shot at this. Well, two max, okay? Until the midterms come. Or is it after the midterms? I think you get two fucking opportunities to do this, okay? Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go, okay? You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better, all right? That is assuming we do not fucking... I mean, we're going to lose... The Democrats are going to lose the majority if they fuck this up. And it seems like they are on the verge of fucking this up. Yes, $15 is scaled. Yes. Of course it's scaled. It doesn't start until like 2025 or some shit. People are being fucking ridiculous. They're lying about every part of this. Hasan, you sound like just like Eminem. They have to do this. They have to push for as much as they can, okay?
This isn't the only area where there are some Democratic reservations. Some Democratic senators are uneasy about the proposal to extend federal supplemental unemployment benefits, thinking it's extended too long under the provision. Others think that federal aid checks are going to too many people at higher income levels. But minimum wage is where the action is going to be, and that's the debate to watch in coming days.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a finalized. We're gonna know what the parliamentarians' decision is on the matter, and then after that, we're gonna figure out if Kamala Harris has the
I got a Kylo Ren mask here,
fucking,
and my
it's not even courage, but like the decency, I guess, to overrule that and vote against that. Okay, that's what we're waiting on, and that's part of the reason why this is taking a longer time than what it should normally take. And by the way, Klain also said that Harris would not overrule the parliamentarian on minimum wage increase. White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain said the administration will not try to overrule the Senate parliamentarian if she decides an increase in the minimum wage must be stripped from the coronavirus relief package. Certainly, that's not something we would do. We are going to honor the rules of the Senate and work within that system to get this bill passed. Except, and as I already described, this already has happened. There is historic precedent for the vice president to overrule the Senate parliamentarian's decision, so it's fucking bullshit. So these stupid fucking cowards are acting like they might give up on the $15 minimum wage. So if you truly care about the rules of the Senate, you could overrule that. You could literally say, nope, fuck off. As they have in the past. as I also mentioned. Only neoliberals are for $15 minimum wage. As a STEM major, I'm for $20 minimum wage. Yeah, the funniest thing is, like, neoliberals are fucking on board with the $15 minimum wage. Like that's how you know the fucking minimum wage is, like, super fucking low in this country. Like, most neolibs I follow from, you know, Noah, Opinion, and all these other fucking neoliberals, like, they're on board with the $15 minimum wage. It's fucking low. It's not even controversial. It's already $14 or $15 in many states. $15 by 2025 is ridiculous that, like, we're still having a conversation around this. Like, it's just fucking bullshit. It even fucking passed in... Yeah, it even passed in Florida, so I don't know why the fuck people are this triggered by it. $15 minimum wage was radical and controversial in fucking 2000. It's fucking absurd. We don't have it in 2020. Yeah. I expect you to try to dunk on me for this take, but personally, I'm against any sort of government handouts. If we pass stimulus checks, Los Santos residents are just going to blow all their money at the casino. True.